All right, we in Brooklyn with a special guest, special friend from Brooklyn.
Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn to
Please
be
tell us a little bit
exact.
about yourself. Who first? What's your name?
I am Jeannie Ferguson from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn.
Okay.
You know,
Born and raised?
born and raised, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn.
Okay, so let's get into Brooklyn. Tell us a little bit about growing up in Brooklyn.
I mean, it wasn't easy. It was. Um, Let me not say it wasn't easy. It was fun. It used to be fun. I'm from the era in the days of fair ones. You don't get that nowadays.
Okay, 5 minutes.
Everything listen, son, 5 minutes, and then we could be friends after. We ain't never got to talk to each other ever again. But it's all about the respect.
Okay, got you. So growing up in Brooklyn, was it a large family, small family?
It's a large family. My mom has 9 brothers and sisters, but it was only my sister and myself, and a ton of cousins. I'm the oldest out of like 42 grandkids. I'm the
Okay.
oldest. Right. I'm fine, I know. But yes, I'm the oldest out of 42
So basically,
grandkids.
I didn't need friends growing up.
For the most part, we did. For the most part, we didn't. But again, it was just my sister and I in, my household. But cousins was, it came.
Okay, so tell us about the younger Jeannie Ferguson. What would Jeannie today say to the Jeannie Ferguson, let's say 20 years ago?
Be patient. Everything don't happen overnight. Uh, yeah, be patient. And things will happen. If you sit back and look, you can hear everything. That's what I would tell her. If you just sit and look, if you look at everything, you can hear it. Everything that has gone on, it was always a rush and trying to get things going and get everything happening. It's just now, you just wait patiently. I still don't have much patience, but I know when to have it. I don't have much.
Okay. So what did you have patience for growing up? What made Jeannie smile, happy?
For the most part, what made me happy is if it was something that I wanted to do or I was set out to do, it was once I accomplished it. It could have been anything. It was okay. So at a time, I was like doing hair. I was the chick on the sixth floor that did your hair. But if I knew it was something that I literally had to learn from just getting my hair done, I would go. I would get my hair done. I would master it, and I would come back and I would just do it. My mother and my sister were my, guinea pigs, and then I, got some customers. So I've always been a hustler. Was raised by hustlers, but things like that made me smile. Of course, at 17 or 18, making, $1,500 in a matter of, 8 days is great.
Mind you, it's tax season time.
Right.
So,
We did.
talk
Son,
about
that was
that
like
unfiled
25
stuff
years
later.
ago. That was 25 years
Okay,
ago.
statute of limitations haven't ran out. We got that. So you've been creative, you've been doing hair. Did that transfer over into fashion? Your love for
I've
fashion?
always had a love for fashion, but during that time, I was always the big girl. So it was what I would say what they considered a big girl. I had my fluctuation in weight, but at that time, what you considered a big girl, there was no fashion for us. So it was, you had Lane Bryant, which was something that wasn't, it was cute for what it was at the time. When it came down to you really wanting to zhuzh it up, you had to have everything made, and that's something that I did. So transferring over into fashion from me having that skill, yes, and your look completely can go together. Your hair, nails, whatever, everything goes together.
So with fashion and being that clothes that you may not like or love, did it inspire you to start your own brand, line,
Um,
anything?
Well, I was never. When I went to school for fashion because I was too lazy to go for law. I went to school for fashion, to be so honest, and I went for the business end of it. Although I got to be a part of the garment construction and colors and all of those things, I went for the business end of it. My sister, on the other hand, went to school for fashion, and she had become a designer. So she went for the garment construction, part of it, and she became the designer. Now, the funny thing about that is my sister, if you know her, if you see her, she's very reserved. I'm not. So we get to, you get to show a balance. So I was the one that created the line of the sexy dresses and the sexy tops and stuff like that, where my sister was very high fashion and more reserved. A little different.
Okay. So that led to a brand being built? Is there a particular
The
name? Was there a name
brand
for it?
was built by my sister. She called it Big Girls United. We started back in like 2003, 2004. We had done the Circle of Sisters. She was the first plus size designer to do the Circle of Sisters that many years ago at the Jacob Javison. And that's where my career started as a model. Because I was never trying to be a model. I was a bigger girl. So it was never a place, was what I thought. It was never a place for plus size models. I had no idea. Because when you see ads, you see size 6 and size 8. When they say, oh, we make from sizes 14 to 28, you had sizes 6 and 8. I just wasn't able to relate to that.
So you got pulled into modeling, pushed into modeling,
Son,
tricked into modeling?
I was kind of sort of like deboed into modeling for
Okay.
real. We were at the Jacob Javison, so my sister didn't have the one young lady, and I hate to say, always to tell the story, I feel bad for her, because she has reached back out to me for me to, help her get back into the game. She did not show up to that same show.
Mhm.
She did not show up. And my sister said, I need to show this garment, so I need you to put it on. We arguing, we fighting. Literally, as I take off my clothes and I get dressed, we are yelling and screaming the whole entire time. I put on the outfit that my sister wants to show because it was a part of the collection, and lo and behold, here we go. I hit the stage, and that's when the Jacob Javits Center was upstairs and downstairs. It held many people. And once I hit the stage, these people rose to their feet, and I said, oh, so if this is what this is like, I think I could do this all the time. But again, didn't take it too seriously until everybody started asking my sister. And my sister would literally laugh in their face. They would go, who's the short girl? She's really short, she's really low hair. Who is she? And she would laugh like it was, like they really told.
She didn't want to be
A joke. What? Like what? You really talking about her? Oh, okay. I'll ask her, but who knows what she gonna say. She would be tickled by it because she knew my stance on it. It was like, no, I'm only here to help my sister. I'm not here to be a model. Then I just said, you know what? She was like, just do it. Just try it one time. That one time turned into, 16 years later, 17
So it was a
years
blessing in
later.
disguise.
It was a blessing in disguise.
Can you tell us some of the brands that you have modeled for in magazines maybe you have been in?
Oh, I've done, okay, so I was a fit model. I was a fit model for Rockaware, Coogee. I did Trunk Fit. I did Fila. I've done, what is that? Something else, I don't know. A brand for Macy's. I did American Rag. I've done a few of the others. I found old pay stubs from my pay in my
We go in taxis.
yeah, just throwing. I'm just saying, throwing stuff away.
Right.
Those are a few. Actually, in 2019, I did a few campaigns with Ashley Stewart. Something that I never thought I would do because, again, I'm only 5'3".
Right.
So I had to kind of sort of create a lane in the industry because there was nothing there for me.
Okay.
I had to, kind of sort of have something about me more than just a cute face and, a cute body. Like, that wasn't it because everybody looked like that.
Right.
Whether they were light or dark or whatever, I had to be different. So my difference was besides my short haircut, I can walk, I have a runway walk, and that's what made me stand out. Because it would be, somebody that was 6 feet tall, and I would just create a fire, and she could never come back to that stage. So it was that thing. It wasn't easy, but
So you took that experience that you had, everything you learned, everything you amassed, and decided to become a runway coach.
Yes,
How was that transition from being a walker to becoming a runway coach?
It was easy for me because I love what I do on the runway. So it was fairly easy. I started because Mia Amber Davis, Yard, God rest her soul, I had been getting a lot of requests after we had done BET with the runway. We had done that. Like I had done it consecutively for like 7 or 8 years, and then the last year the show aired, my sister and I were designers on it. However, they kept asking me, like, how did you do it? How did you do it? I'm short too. How did you do it? Or how do you get to walk like this? And I was just like, you know what? I keep getting asked. I think I'm going to teach a class because that was my passion for the runway. And I said, you know what? I'm going to teach a class. And 11 years later, I had been teaching. It was very easy for me because, again, it's certain things that I can see when somebody else is walking, not so much of a critique, but having them do it the right way. It's for not even the right way, their way, to perfect their walk and make it their signature walk. It was easy for me to do because I know what I have to do on the runway because I'm short.
Right.
So you know, there's just little tricks and stuff like that that you learn throughout the years. But it's been great.
Gotcha. So you put all that together. How do you combine your passion for the walkway, the runway, into now you're acting?
Oh.
Did it help?
Oh, a lot, because you know when you are on the stage and you are a model, you are basically acting like you like the clothes. Because a lot of times, you know, no, I shouldn't say a lot of times. There were times that I've done runway shows and I have looked like Celie from The Color Purple. I look like a space cadet in all silver. I look like Arrested Development. Remember Arrested Development, the group, the garments.
Tennessee.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was kind of sort of, you know, it was easy. It was an easy transition for me because I was acting as if I liked those, you know, outfits at times. But you know, you have to turn on as a model. Is you turning on as an actress, depending on your role. I've had some good roles.
So what are the challenges with learning the lines, studying the lines?
There was challenges because of the memory. It was challenging for me because I felt like I had to memorize. I didn't come up with any other way to learn how. I didn't learn those tricks until after. But I would memorize everything. So it was keywords that I would hear. I know this is what my line is going to be. You know, another actor would say something to me, I know this is what I'm supposed to say now. So, you know, until I learned that I could record the lines above and below my actual line, that it'll flow like that. Prior to that, it was just me literally memorizing what was next.
Cool. Is there any secret to how you become your character in these roles that you have?
Well, here's the thing.
If you don't mind sharing.
Well, when I get the script, I take the script. I try not to do, well, I'm not going to say I try. I don't get distracted by other things. So I don't read the script if I know I am running around. I have a shoot, I have this, I have that. I'm not going to read the script. When I'm quiet and I sit and read the script, I literally read as if I am the character. So how am I going to bring this character to life? So literally reading the entire script, how this person would say this, that person would say this, what I think and how they would deliver, then this is how my character is going to become. So you create backstories too for your character. And you know, once you create a backstory to your character, that's your character. You start to believe it. This is who I am at this time. So this is what it is and this is how I'm going to put forth, you know.
Gotcha. So tell us about the latest project you're in, Coming for the King, the role you play, and a little bit about the movie.
Coming for the King is definitely a dope film. You guys should definitely check it out. It's on Vimeo like right now. Please go and support us. Support my boy Jay. It's a great film. I play Sister Virginia, who is a woman of God, but a lady from the streets. So she's literally one toe in the street. 99% of her in the church. However, if you say the wrong thing, that 1% can, you know, change somebody's life, and not for the better. Sister Virginia plays that person who's not so good on the whole, I'm going to keep the peace. All I know is peace and I'm going to be peaceful. She's not that girl. She's ready to, however you want to do it, by any means necessary, she's down for it. So that's my character there. I think that's me in real life sometimes. I don't know. Could be. But that's my character. The movie is about Martin Luther King. The things that we learned in school, you have very little of what we learned in school. You get to see the other part. Kind of sort of the behind the scenes when he was, you know, I don't want to give it away. You get to see the other side of how people wanted to destroy him from within. I'll say that. You get to see a whole nother side. It's little things that's in the movie that you definitely need to pay attention to. And if you research, you'll definitely gag. You need to research watching the movie. If you don't, you'll be lost. People not wearing a tie, the folks that are in the church having the conversations, you know, I'll just say my character having a conversation in the kitchen with people who were trying to take him down. She had no idea, thinking that they were, they weren't against the king, but was totally ready to take him down, all for some cash. It's your own kind, your own people.
Is there anything you learned new while filming Coming for the King?
I
About
learned a
Martin Luther
lot
King
of
and the
things.
government?
Oh yeah, I learned a lot of things. Talking to Jay and like bouncing back and forth. I learned the whole time that, I learned that his brother was a great swimmer and he actually drowned in pool. I did not know his mother was assassinated in the same church. A few years later, I had absolutely no idea. Well, I shouldn't say I didn't have no idea. It had been spoken about, but what I learned was the whole tie thing. I, you know, who you seen during that time that he was murdered, who didn't have on a tie, and who all wore ties and bow ties, so on and so forth. I remember learning about his right hand, the guy who actually helped write the I Have a Dream speech. He was gay. Now that I do remember learning, never learned about it in school though. So, a lot of things were fact checked here. I personally told Jay that I want to do this film and I want to talk about how King, we seen him as a god, but he was an actual human being. We seen him as a god for black folks, just, trying to make peace and trying to keep us safe and doing what's right with us. I wanted to show that he was a human being, he was a man, and he was frolicking with women. Like, I wanted to show that, but Jay said, no, you just wait, just be quiet, whatever.
I got you. Is there a scene that you love, that you performed in the most? Is there one special scene that you did that you like?
My scene with Nifa, aka Sister Marie, did not like her in the film. She did a good job. That interaction with her and I, where it was Marie coming in and telling us, basically telling me, your king is about to go down. But me saying, listen, whatever it is, then let's do it. I'm not going to just let it happen like that. Let's not pull no punches. Let's not talk, let's not sugarcoat anything. Let's say what it is. I think that exchange between she and I actually love. I was on the phone and she come interrupting me.
Gotcha. Is there any particular actress and actor that you would love to work with that's out there, whether well-known or unknown?
Oh, well, okay, so her name is Alicia, and she has a short haircut just like mine, and she has always been in the movies, and I think she's underrated. I would love to work with her. She has never grown her hair back. She's always kept short crop cut for as long as I've known her. I know her first name is Alicia. I'm very bad with names. And if I got a chance, I would love to work with Viola Davis. I absolutely love her. Everything about her is amazing. Her story of how the trauma that she had actually gone through as a child, up until her adult years. But it never stopped her, and it kept her persevering through it all. So I would love to work with her, or just to sit down and just hear her speak. She's an activist in her own way for actors, black actors and actresses. She's definitely just, wonderful all the way around.
Gotcha. Okay, so going out, if there's one particular person or persons that you can give some flowers to, who would that person or individuals be?
It may sound cliche, even though he just passed away. I would give it to DMX, a man of God, but still had demons that he fought. And at no time in any interview, in any show or anything of that nature, did he not show his love of God. However, he showed that I am a human being. I'm fighting demons. I do sin. I have my own issues going on, but I never lost my love of God. And I love people and I love everyone. He would pray for everyone. And it wasn't, you have some people who will pray and they'll pray for you and it just seems so false and so phony. It came from a place of that fight. You can feel when he prayed for you, it was a fight that he was fighting within himself. But if I can spread the word to you and I can show you how much I love or how I love, that would be all good. I would definitely give him his flowers. Always thought he was dope, but always thought it was dope that he showed he was a human being. And that's just what it is. A lot of times we don't show that we're human beings. Everything is a smile, everything is everything is fabulous, and that's not what it is.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it. Where can people follow you, learn more about you? Can you give everybody some info to how to catch up with you?
Well, I am Jeannie Ferguson. I'm joking. I am Jeannie Ferguson on Facebook, plus Mod Jeannie F on Instagram. On Twitter, I'm Big Girls Unite 1. And that's it. But if you type in Jeannie Ferguson, it's Jeannie. Don't do anything with a G you won't find. But I am there. Jeannie Ferguson all over the place.
That's what's up. Brooklyn, we out. Coming for the King. Vimeo.com.
Yes. Make sure you go and check out Coming for the King on Vimeo.com. Listen, support my boy Jay. He's dope. We're working on a few more projects. He's not going to talk about it, but I will. Definitely working on a few projects that's going to knock your socks off. So make sure you watch Coming for the King before you go and dip into our new project. Peace.
Peace.
Every now and again, you see a man down, and we refuse to help that man because we're too busy worried about where we're going and what might happen to us if we do stop and help him. How come we never become this good Samaritan and ask ourselves, what would happen if we don't help that man, that woman, that child, those sanitation workers? What would happen to them if we don't help them?
Spat out across my chest, and if I die, then I praise my cause of death. Baby, my worth more than you'll ever know. And if they try to take it from me, I'm ready to go. Baby, my worth hundreds of shots before I give it. Know it's coming with you in a box. No, my ain't what you could buy. Just know my freedom got me here to the day that I die. For this freedom of ours, we ready to die. We lived in the shit, you fed us the lie. You put us in dirt, we reached for the sky. You needed a way, we gave you the guy. Packed $1 million on a bus, this freedom gon' ride. You can try to keep us down, but this freedom gon' ride. Black head in the air, that's how our freedom gon' pride. 100 years in the chain, tighter we break him a shot. Even our lowest a point, know that our freedom is high. Baby girl, hand me the joint, time to get evil is high. Even when thoughts are the lowest, you can come see me in pride. Cause everybody on this planet, no freedom is ours. And every moment we deny this fuel for the fire. So when you look me in my eyes, you see it inside. Asking me one of my thoughts, only my freedom in mind. Hand me the keys to the cage, I'ma put freedom inside. Spat out across my chest, and if I die, then I praise my cause of death. Baby, my worth more than you'll ever know. And if they try to take it from me, I'm ready to go. Baby, my worth hundreds of shots before I give it. Know it's coming with you in the box. No, my ain't what you could buy. Just know my freedom got me here to the day that I die. Go ahead, spray us with the hose if you want. You can turn our freedom to a fight from a stunt. You can make a panther turn his pride to a pump. You gon' make 5 little minutes to a month. We gon' get a president to do it how we want. They saying how high before we even say jump. Put us in the cage and we'll put you in the trunk. You can kill us by the twos, but I promise we the one. Build your credit, rig it to deny us all the funds. We gon' get it out the hood, son, applied by the tons. Pull your skirt down, cause your stocking gotta run. America the bitch and just pimpin' her is fun. Build a social ladder, we the bottom of the run. But I promise when it's done, it be it's African and drums. Keep us in the boot, we'll control it with our thumbs. Show up in our best and just accept it how it comes. No. When it's justice denied, then it's no justice at all. Being denied today is being denied too long. You can't tuck us away in the breeze and pray for our sun. The moon is our light, the night is ours and yours is too.